So this video is about Liz Craven. Liz is going to be the 52 kilo representative for RTS and also the 52 kilo representative for Powerlifting Australia. Liz and I have been working together for a long time. She started working with me back in June of 2013, and she's come a really long way in that time. She's gone from about a 350 Wilks when we first started working together to her most recent competition, which is her best, which was around a 490 Wilks. So that's a tremendous amount of progress and really a testament to her hard work. She's really willing to put in the work, really willing to work hard, to the point where sometimes I feel like I need to ask other people how Liz is doing, because she's so willing to do the work and not complain about it. Liz is also a world record holder, and she has the highest Wilks in Powerlifting Australia. Really impressive lifter. Like I said, really hard worker. Just a pleasure to work with from a coach's perspective. Now, obviously, we've worked together for a long time, and anytime a lifter makes as much progress as Liz has, the strategy that they're going to use in training is going to change, is going to evolve. It has to. Going from a 350 Wilks, which is definitely not a bad Wilks, to a 490, it's just a huge amount of difference. And so the strategy, what works for that athlete, is going to evolve. When Liz first started working with me, we were using a strategy that was, I guess you would say, more traditional RTS. It had a more moderate frequency. We were doing things like higher RPEs. We still had a fair amount of special exercises, but the focus was really more on, I guess, more traditional powerlifting set and rep protocols. We were using fatigue percents, things like that. Now, over the years, her strategy has progressed, and Liz has remained, I guess you would say, on the cutting edge of strategy development with RTS. About the only strategy that she hasn't really got deeply involved in has been the Project Momentum strategy, and that's not even because I don't think it'll work for her. It's just that we have other things that we wanna do with her first. So, I mean, I guess you could look at that and say there's more tools in the toolbox, more stuff that, more potential for future progress for Liz. But anyway, I wanted to touch on the strategy that we're using with her now. And so, like all the other videos in this series, these videos are shot from a single training session with Liz. She's running, I guess you would say, it's an experimental training strategy. It's one that I haven't really discussed with very many people. I've got a handful of people who are employing it. So far, it looks good. It looks really successful. I know Liz and her training partner Megan are having a lot of success with it, as are pretty much all of my other people who are testing it out. What I can tell you about the strategy is that probably the most apt description that I can give you is that it's the strategic use of variety and variation in training. We all know that variety and variation are important, but to maximize those aspects of training, it's something that doesn't get done very often. So we're trying to develop that, to bring that along, and so far it's really worked tremendously. Now the work that she's doing still has a very high workload. Liz is a lifter that has a tremendously high work capacity, so there has to be a lot of work in order for her to progress. So I'm certainly asking her to put in lots and lots of work, and she's doing that, and as usual, no complaints. In addition to that, it's got a pretty high frequency. It's not as high as usual, not necessarily not as high as usual, but not as high as it could be, not as high as like Project Momentum and things like that. It's just not needed at this point. Plus, her workouts are long enough as it is. There's another big component to this, which is the strategic use of deloading in this strategy. Our deload frequency and length is very much tuned to Liz's individual needs, individual demands. The deloads for her have been a little bit longer than what I would normally do, but it's been tremendously successful with her. It's really facilitated her adaptation, really facilitated her improvement, facilitated her health, and just allowed her to thrive in the development cycles. So that's really about all I can get into with this single video, but yeah, hopefully that sheds a little bit of light on what Liz has been doing, and this is, like I said, this is going to be a really fun weight class to watch.
Reactive Training Systems.